What works? Language Literacy and Numeracy in Training and Assessment.
When I'm asking a question to my learners, I'm very mindful of several things. One is age. The second is what level of experience they have with the training content that I'm engaging them with. Also their core skills.
It's really important for some learners who may be having difficulties with written language to have the opportunity to speak to what they're being assessed on. So I've often received pieces of work that I think they haven't provided me with the depth of answer that's required or understanding. And what I've found with people that have got lower literacy levels, if I sit and ask them the same question, they'll actually expand. So the answers are there, the knowledge is there, they know what to do, they know what is expected of them, but it's often the difficulty transferring that into a written component. So I think oral questioning is also a really important part of assessment.
You'll say to them, look mate, if you're struggling with the book, just have a crack at it and we'll go through it verbally. How long have you been around the industry? 30 or 40 years. And automatically you know they're going to be okay, because in 30 or 40 years, if they're still alive and got all their body parts, then they've got to be doing something right. So you just talk it through and they'll nail it. No problems. They'll nail it.
What they need to be doing is speaking clearly, not too fast, ensuring that the learner is picking up on what they're actually saying, and that's through reflective questioning. That's what they do. That's how they check.
It has to be very direct, the question. So if I've got an assessment where someone hasn't given me enough information, I have to really think about what it is that I'm asking them to tell me. Because it can be a really difficult situation for someone who's being asked to do an oral assessment if they're not really sure what you're asking them. So you need to really be clear about what the question is and to be really clear, I guess, about what you're wanting out of that question.
It makes you think about open questions. What do you really want the person to be telling you? So it can be an evaluative type question. It can be an analytical one, which is breaking it step by step. They have to know the steps. They can't just fluff their way through it. It's great. If you have different open style questions, you can see the depth that they know the concepts and they can actually apply the concepts.
Or just say, do you understand? And you listen for the answer and you might ask them to expand on that.
The best way to do that is to simply ask them to explain a particular skill to us so that we can confirm that we have every confidence they'll be able to perform the skill to the level required under real working environments or simulated environments.
Now, I'd had this guy before. English was definitely his second language, but he knew what he was doing. So the first time I had him, I just simply said to him, look, you're comfortable hanging about and we'll do this one-on-one and nail it? And he said, yeah, fine. I said, look, if you're comfortable and I'll need to make a note on the material, I'll write the answers in there, but you're going to give them to me orally. And I'm comfortable doing that. As long as I make a note at the back end of it, that this is the process that we've done. We
ask them to reflect verbally on a situation. How do you think this worked? Why do you think it worked? And they do.
But we ask them, why are you checking it? And we do that through a lot of our training, not just with that, but the safety documents, everything we do. Why? Because we want them thinking. We just don't want them doing.